In this video, I'm going to take you through the 9-step process that we use when implementing ABM at our clients, companies, or organizations. The first step, and probably one of the most important steps, is to define your ideal customer profile, otherwise known as ICP. In this step, you're going to be doing a lot of work on firmographic and technographic information of the customers that you're going after. The second step is defining buying centers and personas within your ideal customer profile. Buying centers are departments that usually deal with you. This might be IT, this might be marketing, this might be procurement. Defining who those departments are and those buying centers are crucial. The next step after that is defining personas. Who are the individuals within those departments that you usually deal with? What are their pain points? What are their motivations? What are the objectives that they have in their day-to-day role? Those are some of the things that you need to define before you go to the next step. Step number 3 is to take your ideal customer profile that you've developed and create an account list, a target account list of companies that you want to go after, and enriching it with as much data and insight as you can. Who are the people in those organizations? What have been they recently talking about? Can you do a layer of intent data on top of that? So on and so forth. Really maturing that account list as much as you can. Once you developed your account list, the next step is you want to go ahead and tier the accounts that you've identified. Now in the next section, I'm going to explain what tiering is and how exactly it works. So bear with me while I go through the rest of the process. Step number 5 is about theme development and messaging. By now, you have a good understanding of the accounts that you're going after, the people who are important to you in those accounts, and what are the kind of pain points that they have. Now, by looking at your tiers, you start to do messaging per tier. So if you have accounts in your strategic tier, you might create messaging for each account individually. But if you're looking at your scale accounts in your scale tier, you might start looking at developing messaging for a cluster of accounts. And you might do a more generic messaging for your programmatic tier in your ABM process. Step number 6 is picking the right channels that you're going to be utilizing in order to reach the target accounts that you've selected. That's step number 6. The step that follows after you've selected your channels is to design an ABM play. An ABM play is defined as a sequence of activities that we're going to implement in order to reach and engage with our potential customers and people that we're targeting. Step number 8 is execution. You've done all this work, you've put all this effort in, now it's time to jump in the trenches, execute, and measure the progress of your work. That's step number 8. And the last step is to optimize and scale for bigger campaigns. Now, I promise that I'm going to be talking about tiering, and that's going to be the next video. See you there.